Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to TEW 2016 with our 2003 mod as we continue to do the Evolution will be televised. It's our second pay-per-view, No Way Out 2003, both Raw and SmackDown represented here as we head to Wrestlemania. I do have a rough idea what my Wrestlemania card is going to be, so the likelihood is this show and of course the Raws and SmackDown that will follow will hopefully put that card into shape and get us a good rating. But let's get through this show first. Let's make sure it does the business and gets a good rating as well. So we get 35,045 at the Jones C. Edwards Stadium. And we start off our pre-show, and it's a promo from the Dudleys, Bubba and Devon, in a C63 against 3-minute warning. They basically said they're fed up of getting attacked by a 3-minute warning, so tonight they're going to beat them and put them through a table. Now, this is our opening, as this will be our main event of the pre-show. As we've got two matches here, a few negatives though. Devon improvising badly and has poor momentum because he's been doing the jobbing. We then see Victoria and Stephen Richards come down to ringside to do guest colour commentary for the next matchup. So let's say D+51, so that's your women's champion alongside Stevie Richards. And this leads to a decent pre-show match that had Jazz defeating Trish Stratus by using a foreign object and by pinfall in 7:45. This was a D+52. Trish was not really happy of Jazz going over, so we had to book her and keep her looking strong. But Jazz picks up the win. We need some depth in the women's division going forward, and as I say, if we can build as many stars off of Trish, well, including her into a Hall of Fame career, which she'll definitely have, we'll ensure of that, then yeah, things are looking good. Jazz improves performance skills, a couple of negatives there, but yeah, overall, pretty decent. And that main event pre-show match was a decent pre-show match that saw a 3-minute warning defeat the Dudleys in 7:53 when Rosie defeated Devon by pinfall. This got a C+67. Devon and Bubba obviously excellent chemistry, them with better performances, but it's going to take time building up Rosie and Jamal, but victories like this will certainly help that. No skill improvements, of course, and a few negatives, of course, because we keep Devon Dudley looking strong to put 3-minute warning over. Next up, basically, well, the text does say the Dudleys are celebrating the win. It's just basically Rosie and Jamal beating them down post-match to ensure they get some more momentum. So that's a C63. Rico is not suited to his gimmick. So we start the pay-per-view in proper with the usual hype video and a bit of pyrotechnics, hyping up our two main events for the various World Championships. The World Heavyweight, of course, between champion Triple H and Scott Steiner. The WWE Championship sees Kurt Angle defend against Chris Benoit, and Benoit's last opportunity. So B+88 is again a respectable start. Show gets off to a strong start, crowd gets hotter, and the two storylines advance. So again, pretty happy with that. Main contest sees the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. The Cruiserweight Open is a poor matchup that saw Billy Kidman defeat Tajiri, Crash Holly, Jamie Noble and Nunzio in 11:54, and Billy Kidman defeated Nunzio by pinfall with a shooting star press. This was the second defence of the Cruiserweight Championship for Billy Kidman. C-55 is not bad. You see there a couple of okay performances from Tajiri and Kidman. Nunzio probably the worst out of the lot, but yeah, I'll say respectable. We've got to build the Cruiserweight division up. No skill improvements, and yeah, just a few negatives in there. Next up, because Kidman's picked up the win, just a little segment between him and his fiancée, Tori Wilson, as they celebrate together to a C-54. Basically ensuring that I get the females, attractive females on the show, so we don't get penalised for that. Next up, we then see Terry flirting again with Randy Orton. As I say, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. But Terry's taking a little bit of a liking to Randy Orton, and that's a C+66 for that. Ric Flair helping Randy Orton out. We then had the WWE World Tag Team titles on the line, and it was a good wrestling match with a decent reaction from the crowd that saw the team of Lance Storm and William Regal defeat Booker T and Goldust in 10:15. When Lance Storm defeated Goldust using underhanded tactics, meaning we have new tag team champions, and they are of course Lance Storm and William Regal. So Booker T head and shoulders above everyone else, but It got the crowd hotter. Best performance, of course, at Booker 185, but decent from Regal and Storm. I just feel like I want to take Booker and Goldust away from the tag titles and hopefully have good things with Storm and Regal. Regal and Booker T improved performance skills and no negatives, but a very good matchup. And then we see Storm and Regal celebrate in the ring to a B-73, so that's good overness levels from them. We then have Theodore Long represent, of course, Mark Henry. He just says, player, Kane, you're just about to get introduced to Mark Henry, and Mark Henry's going to destroy you again, so that's a C-53. The match itself was decent, but it saw Kane defeat Mark Henry in 8:03 by countout. Kane wouldn't put him over, but at the same time I don't want Mark Henry losing by pinfall, so keeping him look as strong as possible. Match suffered because of a lack of selling. Kane in 83, Henry by 47, so we've got a long way of building up Mark Henry, but the B-73 is good, storyline continues on. This of course had a few negatives, low morale, Henry's stamina. Hopefully we can improve that over time, so we made it our storytelling match of the day, so that could be even better without those negatives. And after the matchup, Kane celebrates, he does get the win, but Mark Henry decides just to beat the crap out of him. So it's a C+70, makes again Mark Henry, similar to Rosa Jamal, look very strong. Hall of Pain, storyline advances, and Kane was good, but Mark Henry was underwhelming. Next up, we had Matt Hardy, Shannon Moore, and John Cena. They're going to be participating in a 6-man tag. Of course, Matt Hardy has had many a problem with Hulk Hogan, so this little 6-man tag team will partner up for a C65. Shannon Moore the weak link. They will face the team of Hulk Hogan, Edge, and Rikishi. So yeah, a bit of a team there to be sure. And that matchup actually was scarily very good. Decent matchup, and it saw Hulk Hogan, Edge, and Rikishi defeat John Cena and Team Attitude in 12:23 when Edge defeated Shannon Moore by pinfall with a spear. Shannon Moore was a weak link, unfortunately, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. But the B-77 is good. You can see there performance-wise, Edge 183, that's good. John Cena with a good performance as well. So yeah, maybe it will be quite quick. We can break him into the main event scene. A couple of improvements there, Rikishi and Matt Hardy. And yeah, just a few negatives. John Cena overwhelmed by his manager. Overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Christian and Chris Jericho obviously are good friends, so they're just really making sure they're on the same page. Of course, neither have a plan for WrestleMania at this moment in time. And they're going to take part in this challenge tag team match, which is a A89 segment. Chris Jericho coming across looking good. And it was a filler match to get people on the show, but superb wrestling and great heat. Saw the team of Rob Van Dam and Shawn Michaels defeat Jericho and Christian in 14:02 when Shawn Michaels defeated Christian with Sweet Chin Music. So really a reason just to put Shawn on the card, but it keeps everybody happy. Good match up there. You can see who's getting 80 performances in the 90s, so really good all round. B79 is a bit disappointing, but you'll see negatives is just the short match length because it was less than 15 minutes. Then we had an extremely short match which saw Austin defeat Chief Morley in 4:15 with a Stone Cold Stunner. C59, 92 for Austin and Morley's 58. We all know, of course, Austin wanted to be challenging for the World Heavyweight title. Didn't get the win, and then Bischoff, just basically was a thorn in Austin's side, which has set up this match tonight. But Austin has run through, stomping a mud hole in Chief Morley. So a few negatives there. Storytelling match again, and Austin's declining physical ability. After the matchup, though, Austin basically just calls out Eric Bischoff, calls him every name under the sun. He wants to get his hands on Eric Bischoff, so that's an A90. But Eric Bischoff says, you ain't going to get your hands on me, but we've got someone that wants to get their hands on you. We are going to sign The Rock to a Raw contract, so that's an A93. Michael Cole was poor, Bischoff improvised well, and as you can imagine, The Rock comes out, lays a verbal smackdown on Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he declares that he's never, ever beaten Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania, and he wants one more chance against Austin. So same as real life with this storyline, but some things, that just work in history. You just need to stick with them. So that match, as I say, will more than likely take place. So B+88. We then had our tag team match that we put together. It was about they had superb wrestling and great heat. The team of The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar defeating A-Train and Big Show in 11:32. When Undertaker defeated A-Train with a tombstone piledriver. A-Train the weak link. B+83 is not too bad. Obviously selling was a problem here because you've got the likes of the Big Show and Undertaker in it. But I'd still say it's very respectable. You've got 2 wrestlers over a 90 performance. Big Show 82. A-Train doing not too bad as well. Skill improvements, none to speak of. Yeah, we just did a regular match up there. But probably penalised again for the lack of selling and the short match. So maybe if we'd made it a bit longer, possibly could have improved the rating. We'll then go to our title matches then. World Heavyweight Championship on the line first. Scott Steiner leaves the verbals on Triple H and Evolution, just saying I'm sick of this and I'm going to leave here as the champion and headline WrestleMania. So again, A90. Match itself, holy shit, wow, did not expect this. An exceptional matchup saw Triple H defeat Scott Steiner in 1948 by pinfall with a pedigree following an interference from Ric Flair. Triple H makes the second defence of the World Heavyweight title. A-star 95, wow. I think that's probably helped because of Steiner and Triple H's great chemistry, which is why I wanted to do the second match, similar to WWE did. But the match suffered because of the lack of selling, so this could have been even better. Steiner won 85 and Triple H were 100. Storyline advances, gaining heat, which is good. Steiner improving technical skills. And yeah, a few negatives there, stamina and selling and Michael Cole's work. But overall, fair play. That's probably should have main evented. After the match, as always, Steiner's beat down by Evolution, just again to get them over. Triple H was fantastic and Randy Orton did not come out of it looking good. Thinking my words together. It's going to be very repetitive, but it's the only way I'm going to get Batista and Orton over at a very quick rate is continual promos and continual beatdowns. So a B81 for that. A few negatives as you would expect. Then hitting up our main event, Kurt Angle just says, you know, it was his dream to main event WrestleMania as soon as he decided to become a WWE superstar. He's not going to let Chris Benoit ruin that. He's had one chance before. He's not going to make it happen again. So A92, storyline gains a bit of heat, solid promo from Kurt. And the match itself was exceptional. And cleanly, surprisingly enough, we saw Kurt Angle defeat Chris Benoit in 22:15 by pinfall, with Kurt Angle making the second defence of his WWE Heavyweight Championship, the WWE title. So B+88, again, pretty solid. 82 from Benoit, 94 from Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle improves in performance skills. Benoit's a bit poor with his morale, so that's obviously going to hurt it. But I just wanted to say Angle got a clean win just to show he is the Wrestle Machine still. And we end the show with his WrestleMania opponent coming down. He wants to inflict more pain in Benoit, but Undertaker comes down, stands, and Angle is the hell out of there. So A90. So a couple of matches look set for WrestleMania. Taker against Angle for the WWE title. Rock versus Austin as well. Overall, A89, best show of the series so far by quite a distance. And the show increased their popularity in 34 regions. So I'm going to go Scott Steiner, Triple H and Chris Benoit in the basis of getting Benoit's morale up more than anything else. Steiner was pleased, Triple H was pleased, as was Chris Benoit. So that's good to see. It gives us a confidence, you know, that we can get these ratings. And as you can see here, No Way Out was awesome, great feedback. That's brilliant to see. Nothing else there directly affects us. That's the confirmation that Diamond Dallas Page will be here. It's not really a spoiler. I did say I was always going to bring DDP in. We'll give him a better run when he got up with the company. I'm doing medical tests. Clean, perfect. Neil Stein, he's more than likely going to go with the Raw brand. This is not good because he had plans for Mania. Chris Benoit has been identified as a steroid user by the drug testing. Why does this not let me put him into rehab? It lets me put Jeff Hardy into rehab, but it won't let me put Benoit in. So I'm going to have to suspend him. This is now the second time this has pulled him up. So a 28-day suspension. He'll be back for WrestleMania. Improved his behaviour, and now there's a simmering tension. Eddie Guerrero's unhappy, Jericho's unhappy, Malenko, Bischoff's pleased. Chris Benoit caused me nothing but problems here. So B Squared is back from his suspension. I don't even know who that is. That's Jazz. She's changed her body type. A 1.68 pay-per-view buy. Drug testing was 20,000. A lot of opinions going around. Let's see what Heat got. 057. Okay, Hulk Hogan doesn't like Shannon Moore. Big Johnny doesn't like Batista. Right, so I'm going to sack Batista just because you said so. Okay. Brock Lesnar doesn't like Lance Storm. Triple H likes Chief Morley. And Benoit doesn't like Mark Henry. So a lot of negative vibes around the locker room, but hey, we're not going to redeem it. So quite a few people have morale issues. It's worrying because it's Guerrero, it's Benoit, and its effect on Chris Jericho as well. But I think we're in a good position, as I say. We'll put DDP in as a manager. Hell no. Sheer popularity. DDP is going to be an upper mid card. He's going to Raw just now. This may change. But yeah. So that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. Let's say we're now on the road to WrestleMania. If you get any predictions for Rock versus Austin, any predictions for Kurt Angle versus Undertaker for the title, do we carry on the streak or do we just break it straight away? Let me know what you think. What's the plans for DDP? Any predictions? Let me know. Yeah, let me know if you're playing this mod yourselves, guys. If you've experimented with it, how your own TW saves are going. Doesn't necessarily have to be WWE. Can be Cverse or any other mods, any modern day. Let me know how you're booking. And yeah, as always, any comments on this or wrestling in general. Try to think what else. Yeah, any likes, shares, subscriptions, all that jazz are deeply appreciated. Subscription button will pop up on the screen, as well the playlist with all our former episodes. And of course, check out the TNA and the WWE 2020 save, which will be heading into 2021 very shortly. But cheers for watching, guys. It's much appreciated. We're going to try and get as much TW content in as we can. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.